Oh, welcome back to the shop. I am the convicted Christian. I am 7 years clean. I did 10 years in prison, almost 10 years in prison, and I am trying to help other ex-prisoners that are getting out what I did to stay out. I have now been out 7 years. I'm off parole. I beat the recidivist rate. Basically, if I go back, I would be a recidivist. But the track I'm going, I'm not going back. I got too much going for me. I've worked way too hard. I don't want to go back. I have a 5-step program, and I did a video on all of them. My first few videos, they were all on that. And they're quite simple. They're easy. They're things that anyone can do. Hang on, I gotta adjust something. Give it a little more stability. If not, there we go. So, 1, accountability. 2, responsibility. 3, perseverance. 4, healing. And 5, God. I am a Christian, obviously, according to the name. And what I said in the earlier video, just laying down how that can help other people, I talked about how I first started truly believing in God, about the blessing with the monstrance at church after a retreat, lock-in, whatever you want to call it. And that's the day I started not just knowing about God, but believing in God and wanting that relationship that He was trying to give us. Give me, personally. In that video, I said that anything that will help you follow a path to stay free for yourself, for your children, is good enough. And I still believe that. I feel that Christ and God has sent me in a much more of a faith-based, Christian-based video series, and just living much closer to my ideals within my faith. But that's me. That's what God's telling me to do. The thing that a lot of people get confused is, oh, Billy Graham has saved so many people. Billy Graham hasn't saved a soul in his life. Not one. Jesus saves. Billy Graham is the messenger. Preachers and pastors and priests, aldermen, deacons, bishops, the Pope, not a single one of those people has saved one soul. The only person that has that power is God. And Jesus came to be the Savior as God incarnate. So to me, even if you take this message and you go, okay, well, I'm not going to do the God part. Or, well, I believe in something else, so I'm going to follow those morals so that I stay home and I stay free. Cool. That's awesome. Do that. Because if you're going to stay home and you're going to be there for your children, That's what matters. If you're going to be there for your wife, that's what matters. Or your girlfriend, or your family. I don't care. I want you out. I want you to become a productive member of society, no matter what that is. I don't care if you're a business owner. I don't care if you're an oil tech. I don't care if you're a farmer. There is joy and hope in this world. And you can have it. I just want you there to get a hold of it. And I truly believe that if, when the time is right, Christ will call to you, and you will have to make that choice if you want to follow him or not. Me telling you right in this moment, hey, I don't care what faith you follow, doesn't take any of the power away from God or Christ. So, to reiterate my other video, whatever you believe, whatever you choose to follow it. Because most religions, most spirituality, most of all of that has a set of morals that will extend you past yourself, and you will be living the 5 steps, even without realizing it, as if you hold to the morality and the ethics within your faith. So, got that out of the water. If you're a Muslim, you're a Muslim. If you're anything else, you're anything else, whatever you are. Just stay out. Stay free. Kids need both parents. Because if not, you'll be seeing them in there with you. Or you will have to go visit them when you get out. So just stay out, man. My story and how I use God. I just put it as God, but I guess in the use of, I don't really use God. I use my faith. I use my belief. And the way I do that is, and it started pretty simply as I stopped thinking about people as advantage points and started seeing them as people. Before, anytime I got into a conversation with somebody, it was for me at least, it was a barter of information. You know, we would chit-chat, talk about this, talk about that. You would give me some useful information. I would give you whatever information you were asking for. You know, even if it's something simple or straightforward. You know, it didn't matter if it was a coworker or if I was trying to get some real dirt on somebody. It was always how can I use this as a stepping stone? How can I use this to my advantage and no one else's advantage to go to where I wanted to be at any given time? And when I started truly believing in Jesus and knowing Jesus, I started seeing people through as much of his eyes as he would allow me. And I started seeing that everybody is human before any other modifier is added. You are human before you're a Democrat. You are human before you're a Republican. You are a human before you are a Christian. You are a human before you are gay, before you're transgender. You are human before anything. Before you're a businessman, athlete. You're human. And humans crave the love of God. Now, we like to fill that craving with a lot of BS and a lot of crap that doesn't really belong there. Sure. But when I see a human, even people that I'm not exceedingly fond of, I'm still going to treat them as if I love their humanity. I love them because of what they are and who they are, not for what they can give me. You don't have to like everybody. Heck, there's times I don't like my kids. Running around, destroying the house, being rambunctious, beating on stuff. I got 2 girls, and when they start screeching at each other, oh my goodness. You want to talk about raising the dead? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got some empty cemeteries because of 2 little girls here. But I will love them for the rest of my life. And that's one of the ways that using my faith has gotten me to a point of wanting to do better, being held accountable. My role as a man is highly dependent on me following certain rules. You know, something that's been kind of put to the side and not a lot of people do it or believe it anymore is simple things like opening doors. Is it big? No. Can anyone do it? Definitely. But those were little steps that I took. Opening doors. Being kinder. You know, talking with people even if they disparaged my religion of choice. Even if they disparaged the things that I've done in the past. I'm still being open to conversation. They're little, but they're a start. For whenever God finally does call you to a higher purpose or to something that seems nigh impossible, it's a lot easier if you've already been walking the little walk when He decides to call you for that big walk. And so that was an easy first step. You know, I open my door for my wife every time I remember, which is more often than not. You know, I pull her chair out, and that made me feel happy because I was showing her a love that I hadn't been showing her before. Another thing is that really instilled in me the need to protect her. And it's my need. She doesn't need me to protect her. She can handle herself in a lot of situations, and most of the places where she is, she doesn't need protection. The protection is more for me. Because that's my role, is her protector. Now, if there was a time that she actually needed me to protect her, suit up, Batman. We're going. I don't need to know why. I don't need to know if they're okay. I will be there even if they are okay. Or my wife's okay. But she doesn't need my protection every single second of every single day. But I want to protect her every single second of every single day. Because that's my role. That's what my heart tells me to do. And so when I'm doing it, you know, when we're grocery shopping, we get home, she's currently pregnant. No, you're not going to carry the groceries in, even if you wanted to. Because I'm going to protect you from that. I am going to bring the groceries in for you. You know, if we're walking along and she may bump into something and she doesn't notice it, I'm going to put my hand out. It's small, but I'm still protecting her. I also like to provide for her. I said in one of my TikToks how, I want to be a motivational speaker. I would love that. I would absolutely be floored if within the next 5 years I could become a motivational speaker. And I'm working on it. I could use a lot of help because I don't have a following, not one that's worthwhile. And I'm just waiting for that. I'm waiting for that door to open up so I can walk through it. But I would like to be a motivational speaker so I can provide for my wife, because that's another one of our needs. Because she does need that. She does need my help. She does need my providing for her so that we can do the things that we need to do to raise good children. And so I'm trying to go down a path that will do that. That will support and provide everything my wife and my kids need. If it allows me to. And this is truly the path God has set for me. Walking with my God, walking with my Savior, and living it out daily has given me more than I have ever given out. Ever. I am happy. I am full of hope of the future. And I am joyful at my present. And I could not ask for more. Not even in the slightest. I stopped caring, about trying to please everybody because there was only one person I wanted to please. I stopped caring what other people thought about me because it doesn't matter what other people think about me. It really doesn't. It's not going to save 1 second of my life, and it's not going to help me in any aspect to get to heaven or get to whatever heaven is. And it may be considered a cop-out. Oh, you believe in God and God gives you your morality. And? So what? So what if I need that guiding hand? And so what if it's fake? I don't think it is. But what if it is? How does that harm you? How does that hurt you in the slightest bit? The fact that I choose to believe in something that helps me be a better father, a better husband, and a member of my community that is proud to stand up and say they live where they live. What more would you like from me? Call it a cop-out. I don't care. Because I stopped caring what people thought about me. And even if they disparage me and they talk down about me and the fact that I believe in something, I still love them. Because they are humans. And they were created with a need for love of God. Now, if I was just by myself, I don't know if I could love him. I don't know if I could look at him that same way. But my God, my Christ, my Savior lives within me. And so any ounce of love that I give out ultimately comes from that source. And they're getting the love that they need within that hole that can only be filled by God. And yeah, do I while out like I used to? Definitely not. Do I live what a lot of people would consider kind of a boring life? Absolutely. But you know what I get? I get restful nights, not worried about if cops are going to come arrest me. I get mornings with two bright, loving children who are trying to do their best. They're just trying to find their own way. Crawl in my lap, give me a big hug, and say, I love you, Daddy. I get to come home from work to a wife who gives me a hug even though I stink, even though I'm dirty, and say, I started dinner, or I got dinner out and it's almost ready. I get to come out to this shop. I get to create things with these two hands. I get to mold and sand and turn and create something that no one else has made. Not exactly the way I made it, and even if it is made wrong, I made it. And then I get to lay down next to my wife, and I get to comfort her if she needs comforting, or she comforts me if I need comforting. It may not be the most exhilarating life, but it's a God-filled life. And I'm happy. I just want all of you to have something similar. And you can take trips and do all the exciting things legally. You can't just be breaking down and doing illegal stuff saying that it's what God told you to do. But there's a lot of legal, really fun things you can do and be miserable without God, or you can do them and have even more fun because of God. Believe in something. Truly believe in it. Don't just know about it. Don't just read about it. Believe in something. And it'll change you. It'll help keep you out. It'll help you follow the steps that you need to take as a man or as a person that doesn't want to go back to prison, that doesn't want to go back to alcohol or drugs. That's the important part. Not going back. I believe in you. And even if you don't believe in him, God believes in you. Okay. So that was a little deep. Let's lighten it up a little bit. I am almost done with this Bible cover, and it's looking pretty darn snazzy. Look at that bad boy. That is the front cover. I believe it is flopped because of the camera. But that is the outside. I can't really see anything. Oh yeah, I did a lot of work in this. And I got handles on it now. And I am currently working on the zipper, which has got this cool little serpentine pattern thing going on. And that is going to be my next project. I could really use, I know I say this every video, but I could really use y'all's help. I don't care what platform you're looking at me on, YouTube, Rumble, those are the two that I use. I make, every once in a while I make TikTok videos. But I'm really trying to grow this into an actual program. I'm really trying to grow this into something that I can take back into the prisons here or across the country and show them that it can be done. Show them that you can get out and, yes, make mistakes, but you don't have to go back. And I could really use your help with a share to as many people as you know, or share it broadly, openly. A follow would be amazing. Or if you could just comment. Show the algorithm that there are people that are enjoying this video, or they think that the information is worthwhile. The stories are worthwhile. I could really use your help. I got as much as I can in this as I can, and it's not much. And I'm not looking for a handout. I'm looking for a hand up so I can give it back. And like I always say, I'm ground floor, baby. So if you want to get in on the ground floor and be able to say, hey, I was one of the first guys that helped him get up there. I don't have like subscription stuff. I don't have any of that. I just need to get my name out there. And if you could really help to get the name Convicted Christian out there, I would greatly appreciate it. Comment, hey, I shared your video, and I will put your name in the video. Because as much as I'm helping or asking for your help, I can put your name out there. I can put it on the video if you would like. But I could really use your help. And I know these videos are getting kind of long. I got to start shortening them up. But please, share, like, subscribe, whatever your heart is telling you to. I appreciate you just being here. And if we're going to change the world, we have to change ourselves.